Oh, okay. I updated the agenda with the names of the people that are in
All
there.
right, everybody, just if you could be quiet for 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Whatever time zone you happen to be in, welcome to Leaders Worldwide Online Toastmasters Club. Our club mission, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Leaders Worldwide is designed for politicians, business leaders, nonprofit leaders, entrepreneurs, as well as anyone who wants to make their message heartfelt and authentic. Core values, integrity, respect, service, and excellence. We are Leaders Worldwide Toastmasters, where leaders are made. And let's welcome our president and contest winner, Rosemary Sweeney.
Thank you so much, Mr. Contest Winner. And I'm just amazed at our introduction every time. And I am happy to welcome everyone here. This afternoon, we're going to have an amazing meeting, though we have one speaker. I know our table topic master is going to keep us on our toes, Toastmaster Cherry, when we get to that point. And it is our meeting. We are going to be 1 hour for today. And everyone here will be participating in one aspect or the other. Once again, welcome everyone to our meeting this morning. For me, it's late afternoon. So let us make our Toastmaster of the day feel welcome as she comes to the podium.
Thank you so much, President Sweeney. And yes, it is a wonderful Monday. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're digging out of 6 to 8 inches of snow as I speak. However, my heart is warm because I'm now in the midst of Leaders Worldwide. And before we get off into anything, I would like to ask for 30 seconds of silence. I would like for everyone to offer a prayer for Carolyn Douglas. So timer, can we have 30 seconds of silence, please?
Time.
Thank you so much. Our theme for today is educational excellence. And I chose that because excellence is one of our core values. It's actually the fourth value. When you have achieved the other three, you end up achieving excellence. But because of pathways and our distinguished Toastmaster educational goal, I felt that educational excellence was something that we could all wrap our minds around and work on today. And because our prepared speaker is talking about 1%, that ties in with educational excellence. Because as we know, the DTM or Distinguished Toastmaster makes up 1% of all the members of Toastmasters worldwide. So we're going to take a look at educational excellence as we proceed on today. And with the word of the day, we'll be able to look at where we're actually headed. So, Madam Timer, I'm going to turn this over to the grammarian. I'm sorry, Sally Reyes, so she can give us the word of the day. Sally? You have the mic.
So much, Deamery. Our word of the day is outstanding, and it's self-descriptive, meaning to be forward in acting, and that will be a successful move. And my job is to listen to our stories and our speeches today, and to pick out the most moving words and perhaps the small errors of repeated unnecessary words. And I always look forward to those phrases that have not often been used. So please go ahead. I look forward to that.
What's the word of the day again, just so I can write it in the chat?
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Thank you so much for that, Sally. That's a wonderful word. Outstanding.
Oh, shit, it's the FSP.
It speaks to what we're talking about today. Excellence and outstanding. Thank you so much for that. And now we will move on to speaker number 1, who on the agenda actually says speaker number 2, but it's actually speaker number 1. And will your evaluator please tell us what your project is that aligns with your speech?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Today, Toastmaster Alex will be speaking from, I can't remember the path, but the speech proof. The purpose of his project is for him to practice using vocal variety to enhance his speech. And during the completion of this project, he spent some time developing or improving his vocal variety. About the speech, Toastmaster Alex will present a well-organized speech on any topic. I will be listening to how he uses his voice to communicate and enhance his speech. His speech may be humorous, informational, or any style he chooses. However, the speech is not a report on the content of understanding vocal variety. Back to you, Madam
Thank you so much
Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster.
for that explanation. And now you did say it's a 5 to 7 minute speech. Is that
5
correct?
to 7 minutes.
Yes.
Understanding vocal variety.
Would our timer please explain your colors for the 5 to 7 minute speech?
Thank you, Deamery. For the 5 to 7 minute speech, at 5 minutes, I'm going to put up green. At 6 minutes, I'll put up yellow. And then at 7 minutes, I'll put up a red where you have 30 seconds to wrap. Back to you.
Thank you so much for that, Denise. And the moment that we've all been waiting for, our prepared speaker, Alex Balish, is going to be speaking from the 1%ers. Why is that so? Why is 1% so hard to change? Why is 1% so hard to change? Alex Balish, you have the mic.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. It's a cold New Year's Eve in New York City, and the ball is about to drop. You hear the cheers from everyone going on, and then right at the strike of midnight, everyone say it with me: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. And then you find yourself crying, texting people, friends and family. You know, my wife is Scottish, so what she likes to do is get her pots and pans out and use the pots and pans and get all the bad stuff out of the way. And when you do this, what are you trying to do? The new year brings anything that's possible. This is my year. But then you wake up. And when you wake up, you're like, oh, geez, this is a new year. You're groggy. Did I stay up too late? Why did I drink so much? What did I do? What channel is the Rose Bowl Parade on? What time is the Rose Bowl Parade on? Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and esteemed guests. Today, before we get into looking at all my changes, because I'm at my wit's end about the dreaded New Year's resolution, I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions as a whole, because we're still in January, and January is, of course, the home of new beginnings, right? It's sponsored by things like dressing on the side. I'll have water instead of a soda. And of course, decaf grande skim, no fat, everything on the side, latte, please. With a show of hands, how many of you have actually had a New Year's resolution in your life? And I would be surprised if no one in this room, if not the world, has not done at least one New Year's resolution. But when you think of that passion and the types of things you want to declare, this is going to be the year I'm going to stick to it. Yet, after a couple of months, weeks, heck, even that day, something happens, something gets into your head and says, see, I told you so. The allure of the New Year's resolution has people, there's a whole industry on it. It's like that light at the end of the tunnel. Is it a train, or is it actually what you are desiring? The question is, I have tried this for many years, and I have tried to adopt a healthier lifestyle and to even achieve my black belt this year. I've set my goals and I have my ambitions, and I'm looking for this dramatic transformation. You know, one of those things you see on one of those reality TV shows, you know? Sought guidance from different things, friends and family. And I'm also reading an amazing book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he says if you can do 1% better every single day for a year, you can have 37 times better in your life. Well, hey, count me in. I am all in with this. I mean, what do I have to do? A little small change here, a little small change there. I don't even drink soda, so that'll be easy. Get away from the sugary drinks. Maybe take the flight of stairs. Not once, but up and down. This is going to be effortless, right? Until that initial feeling is great and we're doing it and whatever else. And then I come to find out, oh, I knew this already, that January/February is something really important in our house. Girl Scout season. No, not just Girl Scout season, Girl Scout cookie season. And then just like a tornado, it whips in and it says, yep, we're going to screw with your plans here. And we literally have a wall that's as high as me of cookies and as wide as any wall could be. And they are just so tempting. And they say, you know what? You've been busting your butt for like 3 seconds. You deserve a reward. And that is a real struggle because it's a roller coaster. And the highs are high and the lows are low. And it is crazy. But like the British cycling team that had to dig in and they went from zeros to heroes, that journey made them a world champion. And what we need to all look at is that marginal gain, that 1%. And they checked everything from their bike seats to the way they slept to the way they even tied their shoes. And by doing that, all those little changes made a difference. How is this going to affect me? I need to look at the people around me and looking at those triggers to make sure they don't trigger the bad habit, because the habit's going to be there no matter what. The box of cookies is going to be there no matter what. But if we can put the right environment, the right psychological mindset, and the long-term goal is right there, instead of thinking of that instant gratification, we're talking about success. So I would love to challenge everybody here when FDR says, All we have to fear is fear itself. It's about our own willpower, and it's about our plan. And hopefully, like the British cycling team, I can be the person that I want to be. And by the time I say my last speech with this speech, I will achieve my black belt. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters.
So let's give Alex a round of applause. And for those of you who did not attend the contest, that was his winning speech. Let's give him a loud round of applause. Madam Timer, can we have 1 minute on the clock, please, so that people can reach out to Alex and his evaluator can begin to prepare the evaluation. Thank you.
Time's up.
Thank you so much for that, Denise. So as you can see, the 1%, if you do 1% on a daily basis, think of where you'll be if you're trying to keep your New Year's resolution. And at Toastmasters, our 1% toward educational excellence applies to pathways. We do pathways level by level by level. I'm not saying it's 1%, but it's a small token of where we're trying to go. And by doing it in small increments, we arrive at our destination. Statistics show that the distinguished Toastmaster makes up 1% of all the members, which are touted to be somewhere between 280,000 and 340,000 members, outstanding individuals who are a part of the Toastmasters community. So let's strive for excellence. If you haven't decided on your pathway, please reach out to myself or Cassandra, and we will be more than happy to help you get started. Now, we're going to dive into table topics. And am I understanding that Teresa Cherry is going to be our table topics master?
Yes.
Okay, so Madam Timer, would you please familiarize everyone with the timing for table topics? And since we only had one speaker, we can do more than 3 table topics. We'll just check the time and see where we're headed. So can you give us the time, Denise, please?
Thank you, Dee Marie. The table topics are 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll put up green. At 1.5 minutes, yellow. At 2 minutes, red. Well, you'll have 30 seconds to wrap. Thank you. Back to you.
And thank you for that, Denise. Well, I have a whole group of questions that are used on the Stephen Colbert TV show. He is a late night host who often has guests who are celebrities or political figures. And he swears that these 15 questions cover the whole spectrum of human experience. So here's our first question. What's one thing you own that you should really throw out? Sally?
The one piece of clothing that I should really throw out because it's outstanding. It takes up twice as much room as anything else. and it never gets used, is the biggest coat I have for winter, which I acquired in Missouri. And we don't have weather like that, but for some reason, I would not let go of it. I think it's a reflection. Is well, I'll keep something that I can always wear. And the same things. When we lose and we gain, we often want to have that safety section. And that's what that piece of clothing, a huge coat, stands for, but it isn't useful in California. So thank you. I think that is the most outstanding thing I could let go of.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sally. And you never know, it could be snowing in your backyard sometime soon with the weather we've been having. So I think maybe you need to hang on to that coat a little bit longer. All right, folks, here's another one. You get one song to listen to for the rest of your life. What is it? He doesn't have a rule. Lisa Thompson? Yes, you're on. You're muted, sweetie. There we go.
Are you still muted?
No, you're good.
Okay. Well, that gave me an extra minute to think. I am not a music person. However, I wrote a song. I would listen to my song for the rest of forever. So the way that I ended up writing this song, have any of you ever written a song? I see a few hands, a little head shaking yeses and nos. I was part of this amazing group called Common Ground on the Hill. And in the summer, we do a camp called Traditions. And I had the opportunity to be a volunteer for the past 4 summers at this fabulous Traditions camp, where that's where I met Sheila Arnold, the storyteller that we're hoping is going to come for the spring conference. And it's also where I met in person one of my very favorite folk performers, Rod McDonald. And it was a small class. I'm saying and a lot, I really don't care. But it was a small class where I was thrilled to finally be able to interact with Rod McDonald. And I kept thinking throughout the week of different lyrics that would tie in my story of getting my kidney. The last day of class, I gave my words, and he miraculously took my words and literally within 15 minutes recorded a song for me. So we have copyrighted this song called Gift of Life. The song has my lyrics and his melody composition. It's phenomenal. And in a recent video, the chorus was used for the intro outro. I would encourage all of you to listen to my song on kidneystories.com and to create your own. It's a fabulous idea to listen to your own music for the rest of your life. Thank you. Back to you, Table Topics.
Said. My goodness, who knew? I can't wait to find that somewhere. Could you put a link in the chat, maybe?
Sure, thank you.
That would be very helpful. Who else knew about that about Lisa? Jeez.
I don't tell too
many. Sorry, go ahead. No, I'm supposed to be in control now. Okay, next question. Have you ever asked someone for an autograph? What was your experience? Cynthia, you've been quiet.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Masters. Great questions. I've never asked anyone for an autograph, because I didn't want to disturb them. But I met, what's his name from The Matrix?
Reeves,
No, not Reeves, because he had just lost his
Lawrence
baby
Fishburne.
and his wife. Lawrence Fishburne. Yes, I met Lawrence Fishburne at my local pub. And people were kind of oohing and awing over him and trying to get autographs. And we just wanted to leave him alone. So we talked to the bartender and we said, "Can we buy his drink?" And we bought his drink. My husband and I bought his drink and he toasted to us. So that was my way of getting my little piece of Lawrence Fishburne right there in our local pub, because it must be really tough when you have all these people trying to get your autograph, trying to get it's respectful to give them their space, but maybe do something nice for them, like buy them a drink. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you for that. Maybe you should have had him write down his name and then you would have remembered it more readily. Anyway. Okay. Now I've got a question of my own. It's my outstanding favorite. It has a theme: to tat or not to tat. If you have a tattoo, tell us the significance of it and how you came to have it. If not, what would a tattoo signify you and where would you place it?
Oh.
Any volunteers as to who wants to take this one? Oh, good, Denise, you did. Raise your hand. We're all a tremble to hear all about your tats.
Thank you. I do not have a tattoo. However, I intend, when it's the right time, to get a tattoo of my feet on my foot. Because feet are important to me. Balance is important to me. Grounded. I'm walking in the shoes I'm walking in. And well, I look down sometimes. I take photos of my feet a lot. I look down sometimes and say, well, you know what? I'm in the shoes I'm in. I'm here. What can I do? And my feet represent for me grounding and balance. And actually, I love just the look of bare feet on, well, behind me, I have a beach here. So I love footsteps. And Alex, when you were talking about 1%, and I can't say everything else, sugar, all the stuff that happened last week, everything was unbelievable. You know, Daddy, take me instead, choose me, all of that, amazing. But the feet that I'm in, I'm here, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And I love footsteps. So feet, tattoo, footsteps on my foot, my right. Back to you.
Lovely. Very, very well said. Do we have room for time for one more? Yes. Alex says yes. Maybe this one's for him, even though we've heard a lot from him today.
Sure. What do you
I'm
got?
sorry.
Sure. What do you got?
Sure. You're game for it. Great. Okay, let's see. Exercise. Is it worth it?
No, that's my answer. It's not. There's no redeeming value. You sweat, you feel like crap, but after you're done, it's a necessary evil, unfortunately. No, I actually, the problem with exercise is they say the hardest part of running a marathon is putting on your shoes. Well, it's so true, because every time I go to karate, I am kicking and screaming, not in a good way, like a little baby. And then once I'm done, I feel great. So there's so many positives things to exercise. I mean, I do a lot of hiking, and exercise can be something as simple as going outside for a walk, which I've done on many a time, to, actually working with like a karate class or going to the gym or anything like that. But it is outstanding to quote a phrase in terms of the feeling that you get with the endorphins. There's nothing that really compares to it. But unfortunately, you have to make the time and not make the time. What do I mean by not make the time? You need to put yourself in a position to do exercise without thinking about it. And I think people need to do that more. When I was traveling in Europe, people walk everywhere compared to here. I mean, if I wanted to walk to the store in my house here, it'd be like a federal case. If I did that in Europe, it'd be go walk to the store, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, and you just make it work. So it's a necessary evil, but in the end, you are feeling better. So back to you.
Well said. Thank you. So it's no, except kind of.
Oh, I hate exercise. I never said I liked it. I said I need to do it. Needs and wants. I'm
Absolutely.
too short
Well,
for my
yeah,
weight.
I'll join you on that one. Madam Toastmaster, give me some guidance here. I could go on.
I think we can do one more question and then we'll move on, okay? So you have one more.
Okay. What is the best sandwich? Sahil? Oh, you're muted. Are you able to answer? Quiet. So I guess we'll just go on to Cassandra. Please unmute yourself.
What is the best sandwich? The best sandwich for me would be one that is made of wheat bread, pastrami, provolone cheese or Swiss cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickle, mustard, hold the mayo. What else do I want? I think that would be it. That would be the best sandwich for me, with chips and a soft drink and a brownie. That would be the best sandwich for me.
Well said. Thank you. Now we're all hungry.
Absolutely.
Particularly with the brownie part.
And she was doing great until she added that brownie. I was okay with everything. It's like, oh my God, no. But
I don't know, but somehow a brownie and pastrami between two slices of
What's on the side,
bread,
but you have to eat them all together. You take a bite,
little bit.
Your sandwich, and
okay. Well, it's time for lunch after this meeting, isn't it? That will do it for table topics, I believe.
Yes, it is. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Was that not a rousing round of table topics questions? And since we only had one speaker today who talked about the 1%, and we know that 1% represents the excellence that is Toastmasters, we would have time for anybody who had a pocket speech. And let me tell you what a pocket speech is. It's a speech that you have honed and refined that you consider to be an outstanding example of communication. It's a speech that you can stand up in front of anyone and give that speech over and over. You may put a twist to it to follow the theme of the meeting of that particular day or time, but a pocket speech can be pulled out without anyone understanding or expecting you to be ready to speak at a moment's notice. So let's practice trying to come up with pocket speeches so that we can be a part of the excellence that is evident in education. Now we will go to our first evaluator who will evaluate our speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Demery. Thank you, Toastmaster Alex, for your persuasive speech. The 1%. I heard a well-organized speech. There was a clear opening, body, and the conclusion. Your opening kept me glued and listening to your speech because your voice was captivating and I could imagine how cold that day was. It was a cold, great vocal variety there, New Year's Eve, because the tone made me just imagine the temperature. Here, I am always warm. So I was just imagining that. Overall, I heard great vocal variety and could envision what was happening when I heard. But then we wake up, and again, your vocal variety make me realize you were waking up, but you were still partly asleep and groggy, and then you said that. You said how you felt. I heard an energetic voice when you said, "This is going to be the year I'm going to stick to it." I hope you do stick to it because your voice was showing that you are going to stick to it. I would have loved to hear the question. At one point you say, but the question is, and then you started explaining, but I did not hear any question. I saw great hand gestures. There is a whole indication, and I saw far and wide. I love that. Also, when you were speaking about the cookies, it was this tall and this wide. Again, you showed great hand gestures. And here I got to know that you participate in probably everything your daughter is going through, those brownies, because at the risk of failing, you were there with her. And your speech had some credibility in that when you gave the quote, you said who it came from, just that it should have said, what is FDR? Because some of us might not know FDR. Again, I thank you for your persuasive speech. I love your engagement with the audience when you started. You said, stay with me, 5, 4, and you counted down. Overall, I heard great vocal variety and saw some great hand gestures. Your call to action was amazing. Just that we could have a little more hand gestures relevant to what you were saying. And also you showed an item, but I only saw half of the item. So be mindful of that. Overall, I enjoyed your speech and at least you met the objective of that speech. Thank you.
Thank you for evaluating me.
Welcome.
So, wow, let's give Rosemary a round of applause. Now we can see why she was the winner in the evaluation contest. Can't you just see it? I mean, here we are at Leaders Worldwide. Before I turn this over to our general evaluator, I have to say that here at Leaders Worldwide, you can see the excellence. We have 2 contest winners in our midst. Give them both a round of applause. They'll be moving on to the area meeting, and they have presented outstanding presentations in their chosen areas of speaking and evaluating. That was by no accident. In our opening, it says that we strive for excellence and that leaders are made here at Leaders Worldwide. I'm here to tell you that that is exactly what happens at Leaders Worldwide. And now I will turn this podium lectern over to our general evaluator, Cassandra Garabedian. Cassandra, you have the mic.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Marie Shakin. What an outstanding meeting, considering we did not have all of our roles filled, being that we had a contest, an outstanding contest that we had to fulfill last week. But being that as it may, our members came through for us. We had Teresa Cherry to come in and fulfill a role. And we thank you, Teresa, for doing an outstanding job in table topics. We also, at the last minute, I sent the message out to Denise. Denise came through for us, as she always do. thank you so much for that. And then all of our other members just pulled together, and the meeting pulled through, and we had fun. What an outstanding job. So for that, I said thank you. And Alex, our winner, did an outstanding job with his speech. So, and Rosemary, another winner, an outstanding job with the evaluation. And our Toastmaster for the day. It all pulls together. When we come together as a team and work together and collaborate, we can do it. We can work together. And it all comes together, woven together. But when there's bickering and fighting, it serves no one. And I mean it, it serves no one. And as the VP of Education, I will not stand for it. Hear me and hear me good. I will not stand for it. And I'm sure the trio will not stand for it. But I'm here to tell you, today was an example of us coming together. And this meeting was great for what we had. And I apologize that we had to put, people on the spot to ask them, and it shouldn't be that way. So at the end of the meeting, when I asked for volunteers for roles, I want people to step up, lean into the club, and take on roles, because this is not just a few people's club, it's all of our club. It's for everyone. Let's learn together. Let's not just be the 1%, but 100%. Let it be an outstanding club. I want everyone to be a part of this, to be a distinguished club. And let it be distinguished for all members. When it comes to having a triple crown, I want everybody in the club to be able to have that triple crown. We can do it. Not big chunks, but little bites. Take small bites through pathway. DeMarie and I are here to help you achieve your goals inside the club, and taking those goals that we have, and then you can take it outside the club to attain any goal that you want. We're here to help everyone. Not just a few, but everyone, inclusive. It's just not here for just a few, select few. Not like before. We want everyone. So if you want to attain your goals, it's for everyone that want to have it. If you want it, it's here for everyone. So with that, I want to say good job. Good job well done. And I want to thank everyone for participating and stepping up to the plate. From the bottom of my heart, seriously, thank you. And please, don't let this be the last that I see of you. Please come back, because it's your club too. Thank you. Job well done. Back to you, back to Toastmaster.
So, Alex, do you have your hand raised?
No, I was just clapping.
Okay, thank you so much.
I know.
Thank
So
you, Alex. Thank you, Alex.
We have to hear from our grammarian. Sally.
Thank you. I had a very interesting listen to everyone's speech and excellent words and the use of outstanding from myself, Teresa, Rosemary, Cassandra, and Dee Marie, and I might have missed some. One outstanding word I do not recommend in one of our speeches was the word because. I think it's a poor use of language. But anyway, I've never heard it before. I've never heard it used, but this one was today. Alex was comparing and he used because. Not outstanding. And a tremble. Ooh, that was marvelous. I think it was Denise. A tremble? Never heard that one before. And it was beautiful. And just a minute. Oh, Teresa, I think it was Teresa, was making a point by speaking very slowly with space in between each word. That is the most powerful way to deliver your point. And also, Cassandra, make that big empty space hit us in the gut. And that was very effective. New Year's resolution. Why is 1% so hard to change? That was an interesting challenge. A marginal gain. That's an expression I've never heard before, or often. And I think saying a psychological mindset is an excellent mental challenge too. Thank you so much. It's been a very interesting use of words today. Is everyone speaking?
Thank you so much for that, Sally. And now we will turn the meeting over to our illustrious president, Rosemary Sweeney, and our champion evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for us being here and listening to Alex speech. I thought I would have spoken before him, but I did not. I spoke after and I said, oh boy, I missed that speech. Because all the speakers were amazing that day. And well, the better one won. And Teresa Cherry, thank you so much for taking on that role and giving us those amazing, thought-provoking questions. Can you tell us what you think of our meeting today?
I liked it, except I had no idea what the timing parameters were. So I would suggest that whoever sends out the notices would indicate that we have a networking portion before the meeting and one after. So be that as it may, it was a delightful meeting. I thank you all.
Okay, welcome. And at our meeting, we normally give out virtual treats. You just close your eye, tell us what you would like, be it chocolate or fruits, and we will have it sent to you immediately.
Oh, how about a Snicker bar?
Okay. Okay, so Cynthia, you know what she loves. Just send that Snicker bar to her.
Yeah,
Just
here's a
send-
Snicker bar coming to you. Woohoo!
Okay, so I thank everyone. Well, Cassandra gave us the works already, so there is no need to repeat the works. We do not want to be the 1% who do not enjoy our Toastmasters meeting leaders worldwide and are there. We want to be, in this case, the reverse. We want to form part of the 99% who always take up roles, deliver speeches. You do not have to have that well thought out speech. We are here to help you, to guide you. It is said that, well, I heard a speaker, I think it was Linda Miller or Linda, one of them was saying that the best speech is rewritten. So you come here, you present your draft, let us give you the tips, and you go ahead, you write it and you give it again. It will be your speech where you need the world to hear, and the more often you say it, the more the world will hear and get into it. The 1%, what we can do. Mine is about domestic violence. Toastmaster Marie, she also loves to speak about that. Let us hear what is happening. So do not hold that speech. You have that speech within you. Come and give it to us. And at this time, I will call on Toastmaster, our Vice President Education, Cassandra, to take on from here. See who you can